What is up, guys? This is Flash and Flash Hobbies, and today we're going to be doing a little modification to the trophy truck. So if you haven't seen the video, I do have a running video of this truck already. It's been a good while since I've ran it. Life gets pretty busy and I really don't get to run my stuff as much as I'd like, but I do make time to make modifications and stuff, so when I do get them out to run, they look a lot better. As you can see, we have an interior here, and as you can see, we don't have an interior on this one. So I think the next step to make this a little more realistic is the interior, and it's something that it's been missing for a while, and I managed to get my hands on an interior, and it's just so happens to be painted the same color as my truck. So I was like, why not? We'll try to work that out and see what we have to modify. I have a feeling we're gonna have to cut into the dash quite a bit, because I don't have a whole lot of room to play with in there. So my main reasoning for wanting to do the interior on this is because A, I have the battery that comes back here, so I don't have to dig my hands in there, and B, it's missing one, and I think that it'll really give it a nice look if we do it. I also have a light bar that I'm going to put up here in the back, and I have a scale radiator that I want to try to fit on here, but I haven't really quite figured that one out yet. So yeah, so we're going to get started on that, and we'll see how it looks like after we're done. So of course the first thing that we have to do is remove the body. I have body posts that are right here in the rear and the regular slash 4x4 post in the front. And after those are removed, the body just slips off. Beautiful cage, right? This is a very beautiful machine actually. If you haven't seen the video, the running video on this, you should. This baby runs butter smooth. I do need to work on the suspension a little bit, but I am happy where it is right now. Overall, I think it's very nice. So in order to get to the interior, as you can see, I have a full cage. I have a lot of stuff that's in the way. And really my biggest complaint is going to be the switch that's back there that controls my LED bar that's on top, the ProLine 6-inch curved bar. So I am going to have to relocate that, and I might have to put it inside of the cab of one of the drivers. But anyways, let's get started on the breakdown, and hopefully we can get everything removed without an issue. Alright, so I had to remove a lot more than I anticipated. For some reason, I have a screw that's right here in the middle. I cannot get that free for the life of me. I've already heated it up, and I thought maybe I put Loctite on it. I don't remember putting Loctite on it, but I had to remove the shocks. I think I'm going to have to remove the rear links as well. And I had 3 screws that were holding it here on the front. So let's see if we can get this removed now. So I was correct. I had to remove the rear links and everything, but as you can see here, I finally have access to the cabin and I can do what I need to do. I'm going to clean up this wiring. Well, I'm also going to clean up the inside, even though it's going to get dirty as soon as I get back out there. But in reality, here's what I have for screws. So there you go. Those are all the screws that I had to take off to get to this. So that's not bad. It looks a lot worse than it is. It's just, it's going to be a mess. But it's going to be so worth it. I know it is. So as you can see, underneath the hood, it was not the cleanest setup whatsoever. I did hit zip tie, but it was such a mess of wires, and I really just wanted to get the truck done at that point because I had everything already installed and it's just been sitting for so long. So this is a really good time to clean up all this wiring. My Beck is here, and everything's going to get all cleaned up and fixed up, like this cable right here that looks all neat, and we'll run it with the interior. So as you can tell, I'm going to be pretty short on the interior, so I'm gonna have to remove a lot of that dash. So I'm just gonna be removing little by little and just sliding it forward and forward and forward until I can finally get the drivers past that bar, and we'll see where they're at. Okay, so what I've done is I've removed some of this here from the dash, and I've removed a little bit off the sides, and we're gonna see how that fits. Okay, so I've had to do a lot of trimming, and on hindsight I didn't really need to trim from the sides, but it's okay because it's gonna be able to give me the space to pass cables through and possibly put the switches here on his lap, on his groin area, since he doesn't really have one. And I've cut away from the back so I can zip tie here to the rear of the cage. I think this is going to be a perfect fit now. So far it couldn't have worked out any better. The holes back here actually line up with the ones on the panels on the outside. So what I did was I took out the shorter one, and now we have one that's like 3 times as long. And what I'll do is I'll put one of the nylon hex nuts behind it just to reinforce a little bit more. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So here's how the underside looks, and that's good enough for me. And now we're going to do it for this side. You see how short that screw is? Now we're going to make it longer and lined up with that hole. So as you can see, the wire cleanup, it still looks a little messy, but to be honest, it's a lot better. I still have this to zip tie, but you know, it's a lot cleaner now. It's not just one big jumbled mess here in the corner. So this will be just the last little finishing touches, and this I got to attach back to the cage once I have it back on. But I've already passed the cable through here so I can attach it on the top for the light. So as you can see, we now have the interior installed, and like I said, I didn't really need to cut that much off. I do need to trim it a little bit right here so that this part can go down and sit kind of flush, but when I've already tried it with the body on, you can't even see it, so it looks really good. The way I clipped it on the front, it's really just on here with pressure. It's basically wedged in between this V right here, and I can still trim it a little bit out, but again, with the body on, you can't even see it. So everything went back well, pretty good, and everything should be fine now. All the electronics are tucked away on the bottom, and I just need to fix the switch and kind of tape it up here or tape it against the panel so I can slide my finger in here and turn the light off and on. Well, anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Don't forget to leave that like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. That way you can get notified every week when we drop a video. Thank you for watching Flash Hobbies, and we'll see you on the next episode.